Have you ever noticed something surprising about Russian village children? They often seem calmer, more confident, and genuinely happier than many children growing up in busy cities. They don't always have the newest toys. They don't spend every afternoon glued to a screen. Yet they smile more, argue less, and seem incredibly comfortable with themselves. So what's the secret? It's probably not what you're thinking. It isn't stricter discipline. It isn't a tougher lifestyle. And it certainly isn't because village life is perfect. The hidden truth is something many modern parents have quietly forgotten: a parenting philosophy rooted in community, meaningful responsibility, nature, and a Russian tradition called vospitanie, which means raising a child's character, not just managing their behavior. Today, you'll discover why this approach helps many Russian village children develop lasting happiness, and how you can bring these same ideas into your own family, even if you live in the middle of a busy city. If you ask many Russian parents what they hope their child becomes, you'll rarely hear, the smartest in the class. More often, you'll hear something closer to, I want them to become a good person. That idea is deeply connected to a traditional Russian concept called vospitanie. Unlike education, which focuses on knowledge, vospitanie is about shaping character, teaching kindness, responsibility, patience, resilience, and respect through everyday life. This philosophy has been passed down for generations, especially in villages where families often depended on one another. Children naturally became part of daily life instead of being entertained separately. They helped collect vegetables from the garden, carried small buckets of water, looked after younger siblings, fed chickens, or helped grandparents prepare meals. None of these tasks were treated as punishments. They were simply part of belonging to the family. Here's something that may surprise you. Many Western families unintentionally separate children from adult life. Adults work. Children play. Adults cook. Children watch cartoons. Adults solve problems. Children wait to be entertained. Russian village families often blur those lines in age-appropriate ways. Even young children are invited to contribute. The message isn't, you're too little. It's, you're part of us. Modern child psychologist Lyudmila Petronovskaya emphasizes the importance of secure attachment combined with meaningful responsibility. Children who feel trusted are often more willing to cooperate, because contribution strengthens belonging rather than creating pressure. Developmental psychology also suggests that children benefit when they experience manageable responsibilities, supportive relationships, and opportunities to build competence. Those experiences contribute to confidence, emotional regulation, and long-term well-being. Russian village families believe in belonging before achievement, helping before being asked, and learning through participation. Many modern city families, on the other hand, unintentionally focus on protecting children from discomfort, entertaining them constantly, and solving problems for them. Neither approach is completely right or wrong because city life brings different challenges. But the lesson from Russian villages isn't about moving to the countryside. It's about creating a childhood where children feel needed, capable, and connected. Here's where many people misunderstand Russian village parenting. The goal isn't to make children tougher. The goal is to help them discover that they are already capable. Children learn responsibility by participating, not by sitting through lectures. A 4-year-old might help wash vegetables. A 6-year-old may set the dinner table. An 8-year-old might gather firewood, water plants, or help care for younger siblings under adult supervision. These aren't extraordinary achievements. They are ordinary responsibilities. And that's exactly why they matter. Developmental psychology suggests that children build confidence through repeated experiences of competence. Every time a child successfully contributes, the brain strengthens the belief, I can do hard things. Many Western parents, out of love, often step in too quickly. It's faster if I do it. You're too young. You'll make a mess. Those reactions are completely understandable, but over time they may accidentally teach the opposite lesson: adults don't believe I can. Russian village parents often accept the mess because today's spilled flour becomes tomorrow's capable teenager. Another powerful lesson comes from nature. When was the last time your child spent an hour outside with no planned activity? For many Russian village children, nature isn't a weekend destination. It's their playground, classroom, and teacher. Russian families have long valued outdoor life, and many also embrace the idea of zakal, a tradition of gradually building resilience through safe exposure to natural environments. This doesn't mean forcing children into uncomfortable situations. It simply means helping them become comfortable with the natural world while dressing appropriately and always keeping safety first. The goal isn't discomfort. The goal is confidence. Children learn that wind isn't scary. Rain isn't an emergency. Mud washes off. Problems can be solved. Modern research continues to show that outdoor play helps reduce stress, improve attention, encourage creativity, and support emotional well-being. Many city children spend much of their free time indoors, moving between classrooms, cars, and screens. As a result, they sometimes have fewer opportunities to assess risk, solve problems independently, or build confidence through exploration. Russian village families trust nature to teach lessons adults simply can't. Patience, observation, curiosity, respect, and perhaps most importantly, wonder. Another characteristic that stands out is the calm way many Russian village parents lead their families. They aren't constantly negotiating with their children. But they aren't constantly yelling either. Instead, they rely on calm, predictable authority. The family has expectations. Everyone contributes. Rules remain consistent. When a child forgets a responsibility, the response is often simple and matter-of-fact. No worries. Let's finish it together. Instead of turning every disagreement into a battle, parents communicate quiet confidence. Ludmila Petronovskaya explains that children feel safest when adults provide steady leadership while maintaining emotional connection. Think about the difference. A child who hears shouting learns to fear mistakes. A child who hears calm guidance learns to solve them. Many parents today find themselves switching between two extremes. Sometimes they over-explain every rule, and other times they react emotionally when patience runs out. Russian village parenting often follows a middle path. Firm, warm, predictable. Children don't have to wonder who's in charge. Because expectations stay consistent, they spend less energy testing boundaries. That consistency creates emotional security. Not because life is easy, but because home feels stable. Here's what many parents misunderstand. Happiness doesn't come from removing every challenge. It comes from helping children discover that they can handle challenges, with loving adults standing beside them. That's the hidden strength behind many Russian village families. Not perfection. Preparation.